Today's topic is a good one. Ooh, what to do with kids' artwork. What?
Hey there, I'm Jessica, the Organized Mama. I'm family organizing expert that helps you with organizing tips, tricks, and tutorials the entire family can do.
So I have 20 different ways for repurposing, reusing, gifting, showcasing, recycling kids' artwork. This is going to be a fun one because right now I know we have a ton of artwork just piling up. And so I wanted to chat about what to do with all of that and the best ways that I've found to kind of, reuse them, repurpose them, and teach your kids how to figure out which ones are their best work and which ones aren't. First thing to do when you're going through all of the artwork is to figure out what is recyclable and what is going to be repurposed, reused, gifted, or showcased. Now, I know you're like, well, that's obvious. But a lot of times what I see with clients or even with like family members is that you see some of the artwork and you have a little bit here and you have a little bit there and you have them kind of spread out instead of in one central location. And so you have many big piles all over the place. So it's going to be kind of difficult to sort through, sift through, figure out what you actually want to do. I suggest rounding it all up and then figuring out like what we can recycle and what you want to showcase and really getting the kids involved in this. My son was like working so hard to draw sharks. He's obsessed. He would draw them and he'd be like, this one's my best one. And then, later that day, no, this one's my best one. And so our shark pile just kind of kept going and going and going. And it was like, okay, your pile is very big. We have on the wall hanging kind of like mailbox type of thing that they store their artwork in. So in that space is where I had them, store all their artwork. And once it started to get really full, we started to go through it. And so as we're going through it, okay, what do we want to keep? And what do we, what can we recycle? And as he started going through, a lot of his shark pieces, he realized some of the ones from when he's like, these weren't the best. So we kind of kept the best of the beginning shark. And we kind of kept the best of the middle. And then he kept the best of the picture that he did, the one that he felt the most proud of. And we knew that all the other pieces of artwork that he had helped him to get to where it was, but we didn't need to hold on to every single one. And so having the kids see that progression of the artwork is so helpful too, because then they can really see oh, I got here because of this, so I don't really need these, but I want to keep this one. And that helps the kids a lot. And you just be like, okay, we can part with all these and we still are holding on to one. Okay, so we got our two piles, right? You're going to recycle. And then you have your fantastic pile of all of the things that the kids cannot part with. But that pile is still really gigantic. So what do? Well, here's all my ideas. We have done almost all of these. And so pick and choose what works for you, what you like, and then hopefully the artwork situation will be minimal. So what we do a lot is we turn our pictures into books. This is my daughter's. And my son's. See the sharks? So what we do is about twice a year, I do this. I take a big piece of white tagboard, stick it near a window, our back window. It's one of those, pull open and close doors. So you get great sunlight. I lay the picture down on top of the tagboard, stand over it, take a picture, and add it to a folder on my phone called Eli's Artwork. And then I write the year. Once I have it for the year, then I send it over to Chapbook. I am not getting paid to say this. We honestly use them for all the kids' artwork. It is the only book that I have found the most reasonably priced and that lasts. The pages don't fall out and stuff. So we do all of that for their artwork each year. And so once I take the picture, I can recycle that artwork. And I was speaking at an event, and this mom said the most genius thing about how to differentiate between what artwork to keep, like hold on to, and what to get rid of was, she's like, if I don't need to physically hold it, if like there's not like the little baby footprints or, like a big creation, then I'm fine recycling it. And I loved that so much because it was something so tangible. If it was a flat piece of artwork, cool, I can take a picture, and looking at the picture of it in a book is just as good as looking at a picture of it on a piece of paper. So I don't remember how many pages this was, but this stack was, it filled up a garbage bag of paper. So, and it's this size, and I can display it over on my little shelf. And so we really drastically reduced the amount of artwork simply by turning it into a book. The kids really get a kick out of it because most of the time, like now they're 6 and 7, so they can help take the pictures. We just have to make sure, we get it all in the right frame on the screen and then into the right folder. And then it's super easy to just create an artwork book. Another idea for what you can do, pass it along to grandparents or family or nursing homes. We have done this a lot too. If there's things that people just can't, part with, then put it in an envelope and mail it off to a local nursing home. If you have a lot of pictures, I know they'd love it. They'd spread it out, over like a bunch of the rooms and stuff, and it's cute, and they are so appreciative of that. Simply just call, if you drive past one, we have one on the way to school. And so, we'll pass along some artwork to them, pass it along to family. You can also use it as gift wrap. Oh yeah. This one has been fun. You basically take a bunch of their artwork and you just tape, you tape a lot. I don't know how much the parents love the artwork gift wrap because there is a lot of tape that goes into it, but the kids love it because they're like, look at it, it's like all fun. And then guess what? It's all out of your house. So I love doing that. I think that is just a great gift. And so, if my kids get invited to a birthday party, just, know you might need like an X-Acto knife to get through the gift. You can also turn it into a card. We've done that a lot too. Sometimes, artwork similar to like this, that's like painting, we'll use giant hole punchers that are like shapes and punch those out, and we can glue them onto cards. You can, add them to envelopes, and you're repurposing the artwork. Sometimes it just takes getting a little creative and figuring out what to do with that makes really great cards. If the artwork is like one of your favorites, put it in a frame and then like rotate it out, or you can keep, their artwork in the frame. Some of the frames that like store artwork, you can store quite a few in there, which is really fun to kind of add to over the years. So if you have one of like special artwork, then you can pile them all in. I will include links to all of those. But I love kind of like the thicker frames that you can add a bunch of pictures into, and then you can kind of see the progression of their artwork and everything. That's kind of like a fun, like, oh, here's a graduation gift type of thing, which I like, and I think that's fun. So another way to upcycle is to cut, any of the artwork that you have to turn it into something else. So yesterday we found out my son had a project to do, and he was just kind of like stressed out about it. So we decided to use some artwork, make some artwork, and create kind of like Eric Carle inspired animals based on, some artwork. So that is another fun way to like upcycle, repurpose your artwork, turn it into something else. The kids really enjoy doing that as well. And so, you might have like 5 or 6 pieces that you turn into one piece of artwork. Hey, you just got rid of a whole bunch, but you made it into something else. So that's fun. I always like to put like, the fun spin on it. Like, look what else we can do. We can also create art posters. This is another one. One of the girls that works with me does this with her kiddos' artwork, and I love it. So mint.com. Again, this is not sponsored. These are actual things that I use. Then again, most of the stuff that I sponsor, I actually use. So whatever. I'm not getting paid to promote this. We do love it and use it. So go on mint.com, minted, minted.com, and you can make posters with your artwork. Again, it's the same idea of taking the picture, but you can turn it into a big poster. So, and each little picture is like a little square and can be like a heart or different shapes. And then you can frame that and put that in like the art room or their bedroom or the playroom and just kind of like show off their artwork in a fun and different way. So minted, minted.com, and it is art posters. Those are so fun, so cute, and just something like very different that showcases off the artwork. And again, once you take the picture, you can recycle it. Teach your kid, that this is how it is. The first time you do it, you probably will have to hold on to the artwork just because they haven't seen the whole process from start to finish to know that like you're going to have an actual book when you're done, or a poster when you're done. So sometimes they might be like, well, we can't do it yet. That's fine. It's just because they haven't seen the whole process. Once they've seen, this is what you get in the end, it'll be easy to be like, oh yeah, we're going to do this again. And they'll be like, oh, okay. And then they're fine recycling it because they have the actual book. So just a heads up on that one. Another idea is to use clipboards. So cover your entire wall with clipboards and just add pictures to it. The biggest thing with kids, especially young kids, once they've had time to really like sit and focus on, a project that they did or something and it's done and it's out of sight, they have an easier time letting go down the road. So by creating a clipboard wall or a corkboard wall or adding clothespins to frames, a wire display, or clips on like hangers, those are super cute too. Any of those are a very easy way to display the artwork where the kids can see it. But once it starts getting a little too much on there, you're going to be able to sort through it with the kids because they've had enough time to kind of enjoy their artwork, meaning time has passed, so it's not as important to them as right in the moment when they create it. I really recommend this with my clients. Basically, like a clipboard wall, like you might have like 3 pieces of artwork before things start to fall down. Like 3, 4 pieces of artwork, sometimes 5, depending on like what type. If it's just a drawing, it'll stick more once you get like kind of the crazy papers, like the paints and stuff. It is doesn't always stay nice and neat. So keeping those until the papers start to fall when you push it open, you can't hold it down when you push it open anymore. Then that's when I'd start going through it with the kids. And a lot of times they're like, oh, they kind of are over it. Or if it's like a sticker picture or something like that, you can easily just be done with it and they're okay recycling it or using it in a different way. So all of those are amazing. Also, there are magnetic picture holders where you can kind of add pictures to. It's kind of like a sleeve in a binder where you can add a bunch of pictures in. And that is great for keeping artwork up on the refrigerator or somewhere else where you have a magnet board. Another thing you could do, so now these are kind of turning into gift ideas, how you can transform artwork into gifts. One way is to turn it into a canvas. So there are companies that will turn kids' artwork into canvases. I think they're so fun for art rooms or their bedrooms or playrooms. It's really a fun way to display kind of like what they have done. There are companies that can turn artwork into a notebook cover. Like, how fun of a gift would that be for like Christmas or Hanukkah or birthday present? Like, I love that. You can turn artwork into a plate. Grandparents, family, like that's a really fun way to kind of gift artwork in a different way. You can also turn it into stuffed animals, pendants, or a keychain with the artwork, kind of little. Those are fun. I've seen some prints turned into beads, like kind of the bigger beads that then you can add to a keychain. So for like a grandparent or parent, you can add, all their artwork could be on a little bead. Also necklaces. I've seen like little characters drawn as necklaces, which again are another really fun way to kind of like repurpose the artwork and gift it or showcase it or reuse it or repurpose it or all of those fun things. Hopefully you found a couple of ideas of what to do with artwork Seriously, wrap birthday presents in it. I'm dead serious. And then take tape, and it, like, especially for older cousins, it is the best because, you can use packing tape too. Makes really fun thing, especially if you're giving them just like a gift card, right? You can put it in a couple of boxes wrapped in their artwork. It'll be very entertaining watching them opening it, and then the cousins feel like they contributed to the gift as well. So I hope you found some of this useful. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you have done anything super creative with kids' artwork, I would love to add it to the blog.